It is called TOR, Terms of Reference. These terms of reference was forcefully changed. Why the Prime Minister capitulated to the pressure of DMK to delete this part of terms of reference?
He was misled. He was misled, said the report. The report says he was misled.
No, he cannot be misled. He cannot be misled. It was a decision of the cabinet in 2003.
Raja kept him in the dark.
Cabinet of 2003.
Raja kept him in the dark.
Nonsense. I am giving you facts. I am giving you the facts. Please wait, gentlemen. Prime Minister capitulated under the pressure. This is one. Two, he was receiving complaints, from including me, receiving complaints from different members of parliament. He handed over the complaints to Raja. Why? It is the job of the Prime Minister to make an independent assessment. Without making an independent assessment, he handed over all the complaints to the people who were accused of malpractice. Three.
How would he know they were? How would he know? One question. How would he know at that time they were carrying out a malpractice? Elementary question. How would he know at that time about their motives, about the malice behind their motives?
Simple point is, when a Prime Minister of the country is receiving complaints from members of parliament, it is his duty to look into it and to make an assessment independently. He did not do it. Not only that, in 2007, he received a letter from Kamal Nath, the Minister of Commerce. He raised the question that serious wrongs are being perpetrated and there should be a GOM. He turned that down. Fourth,
1 minute.
Joint Secretary of PMO.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Please listen.
1 minute. No. Let's look at Prime Minister says, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, I wrote a letter to Raja. The date is November 2nd, 2007. I listed a number of concerns that it should be looked into a fair manner. Raja wrote back to me same day. Our letters crossed, and he said, I have been absolutely transparent in my dealings, and I will be doing so in the future. Yes, 2 letters. And the Prime Minister quoted Raja's letter.
Can I come in here?
Yes, Mr. Prasad. Yes.
Arnav, can I come in here?
Yes, Mr. Prasad.
Arnav, let me give a very concrete example. Again, I have not read the report. I should be very clear. But a very simple example of pure common sense. You are the boss of Times Now, and a particular reporter working under you is creating havoc with the system. A complaint comes to you, you forward it, and trust him infinitely that nothing wrong will happen.
Yeah.
And havoc continues. Will you be responsible or not, Mr. Arnav Goswami, as the boss of Times Now?
Sure.
That is the larger issue. The Prime
the Prime Minister says, by your analogy, the Prime Minister is the editor and Raja is the reporter. Raja as the reporter has not yet created havoc. The Prime Minister senses as the editor he may create havoc, writes a letter to him that, look into the issues and in his case deal with it in a fair and equitable manner, and also wants to tell him about the possibility of auctioning spectrum. So as the editor, the Prime Minister is telling the reporter, Mr. Raja, everything that he should. Raja as the reporter writes back to the Prime Minister, I have noted everything you said and I will do nothing. Words, Mr. Raja, Mr. Prasad, I will do nothing which will not be consistent with the promise that I make. What was the editor's fault in this case, the Prime Minister, that he was too trusting?
The Prime Minister as the executive head of the country, as the head of the government, is under a moral, constitutional, parliamentary and political obligation to ensure that his government acts in a fair manner.
So you can't...
The whole 2G issue, the PMO was in the loop, the others were in the loop. I don't want to say anything further because I have a lot to say in the meeting of JPC. But the gross inaction, gross case of omission and commission on the part of the Prime Minister is clearly made out when he assured the Parliament repeatedly that I assure you that there will be a fair investigation. I assure you that no wrong is being done. I assure you that first come first policy is right, is being fairly implemented. Therefore, as the Prime Minister, it was his moral obligation.
No, but there are two ministries involved. I would like to take the discussion forward. No, there are two ministries involved. I know you are both very well-read members of the Joint Parliamentary Committee, but Gurudas Dasgupta, it's not only Raja. No, one second. There is the Finance Ministry involved.
Can I tell you?
The Finance Ministry involved.
Listen to another fact. Just allow me to speak something. I am quoting from a note.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, we can hear you.
I am quoting a note which the Joint Secretary of PMO had presented. I am quoting. It may be appropriate to request the Cabinet Secretary to call for the files and examine the matter in the context of transaction of business rules as well as TRI Act. His own Joint Secretary is making a very important point.
Yeah.
And also, in another note, the Joint Secretary says that it is prima facie wrong. What is taking place is prima facie wrong. It is own PMO. Even then he ignores. Not only that, he ignores a letter from his own cabinet colleague. Lastly, he ignores a note from the Cabinet Secretary, who was the then Cabinet Secretary. You put everything together. Change of TOR, receiving complaints, ignoring the note of the Joint Secretary of PMO, ignoring the letter of Cabinet colleague, ignoring the note of the Cabinet Secretary, and also ignoring the letters of the members of Parliament. If you put all the points together, it is clear Prime Minister did not take any action, knowing fully well, because he wanted to protect his government. He never wanted that.
How can you? That is where you are being soft on the BJP. Mr. Dasgupta, you are being soft on the BJP. That is the point where your parties.
Don't try to mislead the whole thing. I am speaking of inaction of the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Inaction.
Yes.
BJP we shall deal separately.
No, you are not dealing with the BJP. Your single point agenda is Dr. Manmohan Singh.
No, not my agenda. My single point agenda is to find the facts.
Sir,
find the facts.
Sir, the Prime Minister.
I am not a member of JPC today. Listen, Arnab Babu, I was a member of JPC in 1991-92, which has produced an unanimous report. Unanimous report. And the chairman was also a Congress party leader, Mr. Ramnivas Minda. Therefore, don't tell me what is the nicety or not. We are not here against Manmohan Singh. We are here to speak the truth.
The fact is that the BJP buckled under pressure when Mr. Sibal, when others started talking about the NDA record. The BJP buckled under pressure, and after a tough winter session in the winter of 2011, agreed to a JPC, knowing fully well the representation of the JPC would be headed by the Congress. All of this, Mr. Prasad, can be argued to say that you are attacking the Prime Minister because you have no answer to his basic question when he says that as far as the basic policy was concerned, I thought was the prevailing practice. Raja was continuing the policy of the NDA government. That is, you see, on the whole scale of spectrum, that is the basic point of the Prime Minister.
Arnav, I'm sorry to say you are asking me to comment upon the merits of the matter.
Yes, I am.
I'm restraining myself.
Sir, please don't.
We have a lot to argue. We have a lot to say. Please call me on the 25th or 26th after the meeting is over. I shall be taking all your questions very clearly and categorically. You are right, not only the Prime Minister but also the Finance Minister. How is it that the Finance Minister and the Telecom Minister meet, determine the particular spectrum price? And Arnab Goswami, there are voluminous documents on record which we shall refer inside the meeting of JPC as to how senior officers were talking about market indexation because of the rise in collie density. And the pricing of 2001 should not be invoked in 2007-8. How the goalposts were changed midway. All these things have come in public domain.
Then on the 25th...
We have also noted earlier. But being the member of JPC, certain restraints are there. But yes, we knew that it will be headed by a Congress. Yes, we knew that the Congress or the UPA may be in a majority. But as Gurudas Babu has said, that when we head or become a member of a joint parliamentary committee examining the issue of massive corruption, there is something called parliamentary commitment towards the larger cause of probity. That is a larger issue. Therefore, I said this morning, I am repeating again what we have seen in the media, because we haven't read the report at all. It looks more like a Congress report, a Congress document designed to exonerate the Prime Minister and Finance Minister.
On the 25th of April, next Thursday, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Gurudas Dasgupta, we'll have you both back with Mr. Chako when he's open to a debate. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much indeed.